I invite you to focus on your right hand. And notice when you're not. Now your left foot. And now your heart. And I invite you to speak what's here. Focus is my word.
Receptivity is 9. My word for the day is breakthrough.
Open heart. Open heart.
Focused.
Heart vibes. Heart vibes.
My word is trust. Trust the path. Trust in my higher self decision, because I know my higher self chose everything in my life. My body, my gender, my skin color. So trust my higher self, trust. Trust my higher self knows what's best for my soul, for my soul's growth. Trust.
Trust. Trust the focus. Trust the receptivity.
Trust the journey.
Trust the breakthrough. Trust an open heart. Trust heart vibes. And trust the journey in, of, through, for the higher, your higher self. Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. When we find the silence, we don't want to leave it. And that's the irony. Very few are looking for it. And it is where they will find everything.
I'm just loving what we're creating here today.
And what is it from your genius?
I don't want to say. I just want to crawl into it. Let it permeate me. Whatever it is.
Thank you.
It's so good to tune into the heart, to feel it, to be inquisitive about it, not judge it, just experience it.
Experience it together. Thank you. Welcome to infinite consciousness. Where you will be equal. Genius. Gifts and gods. Yes, and what's next? Welcome, Pascal.
Good morning, guys.
From our-
Pascal and Kai.
Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah. I'm not with Kai this morning, though. I'm walking the dogs. So
Well,
it's my free time.
welcome to the dog scene.
What's that?
Said, welcome to the dog scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that's going to be my plan, right? Walking the dogs, be with you guys. And then I'll be taking care of Kai. Pretty good day.
Pretty good day.
infinite consciousness is stirred up, brought in, baked up for us focus, receptivity, breakthrough, open heart vibes, and trust. Wrapping it all up with trust. Trusting genius, trusting gifts, trusting greatness. And that's the vortex this morning, Pascal.
Like to add in a little trust reflection.
Yes, and
Mhm.
And I would add space.
mm,
I had to create some space this morning. Like it's weird. Like I had this weird dream. I gotta tell you guys. Because it woke me up. So I don't know. I was in an event and it was cold out and like windshield were like frosty and stuff. And so I'm just walking with my brother, and then his car is a little further down the parking lot. Mine's a little closer. And he says, like, as soon as you get in your car, lock your door. And I'm like, okay. So I guess he jumped in his car, and then like I don't see him from the dream after. But then like I jump in my car and I press the button lock, but I guess I wasn't fast enough. And then one guy jumped in, like a little skinny guy, you would say. And then he's like, this is gonna be fun, right? So anyway, so my wallet is in the console and stuff. So he grabbed my wallet, and then so I'm kind of like wrestling with this guy, and I guess like he pressed a button on his phone or something, and then one more guy jumped in with the knife. So at that point, like I freaks out, and then like I woke up, and then like I'm like I'm like panting in my bed, and then right away I realized I was just like, I'm not my body, I'm not my mind, I'm not my emotion, I'm just the awareness of it. And right away when I said that, I create space that I'm just the awareness, and then like I came calm down, like way down. And I was just beautiful. I was just like, oh my God. You know, because like these events, but I had to ask, like, I was like, why? Why did I have this dream? This is so strange, right? But I didn't get an answer. But so I had to create some space
I've got
between.
something.
Mm,
Can I offer something?
absolutely.
You had the dream to experience the contrast.
Mm,
And that dream, when we dream about cars, that's our ego. Because that's how we go through the world, the vehicle. So you could experience the contrast between being attached to the ego in the dream and you woke up.
wow. Yeah, that start to make a lot more sense now.
Congratulations. So
And
really big dream.
Yeah, and it's hilarious because like it's day 1 of my challenge, the 14 days or 21 challenge. And it's exactly that. It's to shed that ego mind identity.
Yeah.
Wow, fascinating.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's a really beautiful experience.
At first, I didn't
It's what I
think
would
it
call a
was.
fun. Yes. Yeah.
You know? But that, you know, that's how you you evolve, right? Because like, you know, like my old me would have just like, I guess, contemplate with what happened and not think, like really drawn into it. But instead, I create space in between now. You know, in the dream, I react, but then in the waking state, I respond.
Yep. That's really good progress.
Mm. Yeah, something to write in my journal this morning. Thank you, Allison.
You're so welcome.
That's why we do this together, eh?
That's right.
Different perspective, different set of eyes, set of ears, set of feeling.
And that's why we talk about alignment.
Mhm.
Everything that we have in this plane is of value, huge value.
Yeah, everything.
Mhm.
Even my dog's poop. What's the GIF in there? He already went 3 times. Is he trying to tell me something?
Maybe he's been swallowing diamonds.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been eating. Huh?
Or steaks from Costco.
Yeah, yeah. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, it doesn't go on the table, this one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. We did buy some meat for the dog, and then my wife is like, she was cooking it, and I'm like, why are you cooking it? You know, they're dogs. You think like in the wild they're fine, they're gonna wait for a restaurant to cook their meat? You know, they're just gonna eat it, right? So and I have to tell her like they don't have the same digestive system that we do. You know, they're not meant the same. Hmm? Hmm. Morning.
What did you notice yourself doing in the silence? What advice would you give beginners? What do you find works for you in the silence?
Experience a heart where it is. Observe. Judge not. Experience the vibration of it.
In contrast to what? Like how you see it working the other way?
It is the Ancient of Days. It is wisdom. It is infinity. It is unlimited expansion. It is here for us. For us. For us.
Stillness and attention. The advice I would give is whatever it takes to find stillness. To create stillness inside. Unique to you.
My question is, Craig, how do you find stillness of the mind? Because I always get thoughts coming in, and it's like, you know.
Are they good thoughts?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Are
Ian,
you
I
looking
don't,
for tips?
yeah, Ian, I don't know how to answer your question. But I know that you know. You know the answer to your question.
Being in silence this morning on the group was like 10 times easier.
Hmm. You mean than other times you've done
Yeah.
that before? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a hint. There's a hint there to practice.
My thoughts don't go away. They've just changed.
Mm,
The intensity of them has changed.
mm,
And my practice is to focus, to begin to, when I focus, it can slow them down. It can guide them. It can give them direction. So it's hearing them, those thoughts, acknowledging them for me. And what I've learned is that we think there's so many thoughts, but in all reality, there's really only a couple. But we can only notice that when we listen to them. Let them play all the way out, like the video or what Joe posted in there. It's like, listen to them. Let them vent everything that's there. They'll run out of juice. Then try cancel. Delete. And I think it's continued practice. Here's maybe a question. Which one's leading the dance, Ian?
mm.
My mind was shifting to my heart.
Mm-hmm. Great awareness.
I can feel the shift.
Mm-hmm. So much what great. I would agree with that. I would say that, and it's like becoming an Olympic gymnast. Yeah, it's like we can want it right now, but we have to continue to practice.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Lately, I've been getting a lot of thoughts about the past, but what I've realized the last few days, they've been coming in because I need to forgive myself. I forgive other people,
Mm.
like I forgive other people that perceived wronged me, but I'm working on it's been about forgiving myself. So yeah, that's what's coming through. That I'm getting a thought about the past because I need to forgive myself more.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and most of those thinking patterns were beating ourselves up rather than forgiving ourselves.
I feel a lot of it's been I feel a lot of it's been accountability as well. So yeah, like taking accountability. So, yeah.
That's increased awareness, right? Without judgment.
Mm.
So, Ian, I need to go. I'd like to add just one small thing. And I really love everything that has been contributed to your question this morning. So what I found useful was, in the beginning, was just to gently, when I noticed that I was creating a story with my thoughts, to short circuit it, like Jesse was saying, Joe's video said cancel. And then take my attention to one of three things, either my breath or my heart or the body electric, which is that tingling feeling, which is our energy field. And I would find where it was most intense in my body. And I would focus on that. And so the dance was always in between the story, the breath, the energy, and my heart. And that, for me, did what Jesse was describing, what happens to him. It's the same thing for me. My thoughts never really go away completely. But the time at which I can focus on those things increases. And then there's a listening to all of that. And that gets more efficient. So I hope that that sparks something in addition to everything else for you. Thank you so much, everybody. This was a really special morning for me.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.
Glad to be in your presence.
That was brilliant. Brilliant question, Ian. Thank you. Happy Will.
More than happy,
Hi,
Jeff.
bud. Hi, man.
It's been a while. How art thou? Still
Much
happy?
better that you're here. Much better that you're
Oh.
here.
How's the bounce?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Mm.
It's like the more I do the choices and just clear resistance, the more I'm in my power.
Yep.
The more things just flow. Life just becomes easier and enjoyable, which is nice. It's like the struggle is fading into like just a memory, which is nice. Because, like life is going to have challenges. There's going to be hurdles or whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to label them as, setbacks or challenges in life. But, if you're in that bounce or that flow, whatever, you just deal with it and you move on and you just keep moving towards your end result. And life just becomes enjoyable. How are you guys doing? What's going on? It's been a while. I got coffee in me, so I'm a little bit hyper. Sorry.
That's good. Yeah, very nice to hear you. Yeah.
Pascal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like when you were talking, it's like when those challenges comes up, like the question is, do you embrace them or you just push them on side? Just because like what I heard is like where your challenges are challenge or is where your exponential growth is.
Yeah. That's it, man. It's so true. And if you push it away, it's just gonna come right back in the face like a pendulum, eh?
Yeah, like it's like, is it a good thing to be happy all the time? Nothing goes wrong, nothing, you know, there's no evolution.
Mm-hmm. I kind of call it toxic positivity. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like there's nothing wrong with being happy and stuff, but like if you're
Oh.
trying to force it, it's, you know, it's not necessarily genuine then.
And you can be happy in a challenge. It's
Exactly.
just your perception on the challenge. It's the way you see it, because obviously it's not true. It might be true to you, but like everybody has a different perception. So it is not true, but you know, it's how you see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's what we see in that moment, eh? Our perception of it, and our assumptions and our projections and our, oh, what's the other word William White Cloud uses? Can't think of it.
So they're definitely replays. Patterns, replays, patterns, the same thing. It's kind of what we've been talking about, our thoughts, like listening for them, hearing them, allowing them, noticing that they're just patterns. They're just on repeat.
Becoming the witness observer, eh? Noticing it rather than getting caught up in it and being taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah, working infinite consciousness. Yeah, it's like to observe, separate, and pull apart. You know? Noticing where we're wrapped up in personality, taking it personal.
So my practice around thoughts is pretend my two physical eyes are not attached to my brain. So now I'm in pure awareness. And then I imagine that there is an air balloon inside of me that's coming up with these thoughts, and they're leaving me. So the question is like, do I put weight on it to hold them down, or I just let them go? Because now I'm just in the awareness. I'm just looking at the whole thing. It's my choice to put some weight to it, or just release my hand and let them go.
That's a beautiful metaphor. Thank you, Pascal.
It's not mine. Some of it is mine, but you know.
Nope.
But does it
That's
really
it.
matter if it's mine or not, right? If it works for you, then good.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to share something about like past mistakes because I've had a lot of thoughts coming in lately about like my past mistakes and stuff. But what came to me is I'm gonna give an example. My sister, she was in an abusive relationship with a guy. She went into, do you know, a domestic violence refuge? She went into a domestic violence refuge, completely moved area to get away from him, and she started a completely new life. And then my niece met her boyfriend in a new school because she moved school, and then they've had a baby together now. But we choose our parents. So my niece's daughter picked to have my niece and her dad as a mum and dad. So my sister had to get in that violent relationship so she could move area. So my niece could meet the father of her child. So it was all meant to happen the way it did. Does that make sense? Because if they had a soul contact with their parents, my sister got in that relationship with that guy, a violent relationship, then moved area. So they could meet, so they could have that soul contact of being a parent. There's like it all happens for a reason on a higher level. There's no mistakes. That makes sense. So it's been put into perspective for me. All my perceived past mistakes is a reason for it. If that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have met that person, and this wouldn't have happened.
So why did you refer to that as mistakes?
That's what I mean. It's not mistakes, so it's all happened for a reason. So my perception's changing around it. It's not mistakes.
Oh,
It was
okay.
meant.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was meant to
Yeah.
happen. You know, there's no mistakes.
yeah, yeah.
Just something that came to me like 2 weeks ago. I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So just be sure, Ian, to relabel it then. Because when you introduced it to us, you called it mistakes. But now you've relabeled them, but then you called it that again. So it's like,
Yeah, I get what
you know,
mean.
because that'll change the reality. That'll change the story, and it'll change the reality to you, like your perception of it. And it also changed ours too, right?
And when you do that, you actually assist others with their reality.
Yeah.
You contribute superconsciously to that change.
I appreciate him calling it mistakes because so many things are subconsciously labeled mistakes. But to call them for what we're familiar for them to be, we can give it a new meaning with this higher level of perspective, and we can relabel it and appreciate those events and those choices and the things that showed up in those choices as gifts to allow us to have choice and pivot and redirect and give it a new perspective, and now call it blessings. Blessings.
Breakthroughs.
Yeah, past lessons, not past mistakes. That's good. Thank you.
It's nice to hear your voice, Ian, and Sindrell.
Yeah, it's just wonderful to be in this space. Thank you.
Our little buddy here. His name's Noah.
Yeah, it's like there's no failure. There's just delayed success.
Is it delayed?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. That's a
And
good question.
adventure on the way.
Happens in the
So,
perfect time when you're ready for it. Eh?
yeah, I see past reflections and perspectives. It has made me who I am, and I love more of who I am. I love more. I don't just love more outwardly. I love more inwardly, and it grows more love infinitely outwardly. So I appreciate the reflections that I have. And like yesterday, I was able to ensue such a continuous flow of beingness that helped create an environment that allowed love to just flow to me. And I was able to receive it without judgment, without expectation. And if I had not experienced those contrasts, I would not be who I am. And I'm so thankful I was in a position to show forth love for someone who needed it without having to ask for it, but yet knew they could be in my presence and that need and that giving just be honored. So I'm thankful.
Yeah, I want to congratulate ourselves to really realize like where we were at and where we are right now. Because what an accomplishment, like to see with the different type of eyes. Because you can look like 5, 10, 2 years ago even, you know, how much you grow, how much you see life differently. That you know now that the life happened for you, not to you.
Mm.
I think Pancho agreed. Pancho agreed.
How's the weather there, Jesse? Is the storm heading your way, or?
Already passed. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
No flooding or anything. You're okay.
Yeah, we're all good. Just some areas, got the low areas got more than they can handle usually. Nothing serious. Thank you. Should be headed north to help out with some of the fires.
Yeah, a little more in Alberta maybe than BC. What
Yeah.
they're saying here, but but the nice thing is the wind from it has blown the smoke out of the lower mainland here, so we can breathe again. So that's kind of a bonus. But our friends in Kelowna are pretty impacted by the fires there. Excuse me. Hey Jesse, guess what? I got my First Nation status card from the government. So, in the eyes of the government of Canada, I'm officially a quote unquote Indian.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought you looked like Indian too.
Yeah. I'm an Indian. Yeah. I got the my hair just goes into a mohawk automatically.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
Nice.
So I get tax-free gas now.
Beautiful.
Benefits. Mhm.
Yeah, little perks.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's nice.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Indra. Yeah, it's funny, like it's been this ancestral thing in our family. Like I just connected with that aspect of my heritage, my ancestry, and had this desire to just have that status, like almost like identify with it, like embrace it and like keep it alive, even though I don't practice any of the cultural stuff. Just kind of honoring it, right? Like honoring the ones who came before me. And it's like I don't really need the card from the government to yeah, a lot of realizations through the whole process.
Time to activate that DNA.
Yeah. Oh man,
Your ancestral
so many
DNA,
stories. Man. Holy
Oh, yeah.
smokes, man!
It's all in there.
Guess what I found about, what was it, maybe a couple months ago? What was it? It was something that has been a program, like a memory, about how many, it was about 4 or 5 generations back, where there was what I got, like, going into innocence and going into superconscious. What I got was there was a rape, and there was this guilt, this sexual guilt that in this memory that was in my DNA. It was coded in there. And I was able to find it, release it. It's gone. And I've been liberated. Like, I feel so much more free than ever in my entire life. Like, it's like that guilt and that shame is gone. And I carried it my whole life, and it just imprisoned me. And I'm just so happy and grateful and free now to just be me and to have an amazing relationship with my wife. It's turned our marriage around completely. Like, it's amazing. And I didn't even know that was there until, without having this knowledge of the recode and superconscious work and everything, that would have been a sticking point for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you noticed that it's changed all your relationships with people?
Yes. My family.
Like all of them.
All of them. It's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's like I've had this burning desire to have freedom, to experience freedom inside. And that was like the the biggest stone of resistance, or whatever you want to call it, that, and it's gone. It's completely gone.
It's interesting because just listening to you right now, Will, it's just stirring up gratitude in my heart.
Yeah.
Like just the energy of gratitude. Just hearing you share that. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
because
love you, man.
it'll keep gifting people as you share that. It'll keep gifting people over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even
Wow.
realize what whatever you want to call it, resistance or blockages or emotional traumas are in your, not only in your lifetime, but in ancestral trauma and stuff. You don't even know
Oh, yeah.
how much that could affect you until you learn this work. You understand how actually easy it is to clear that stuff. And when it's
Mhm.
clear, it's like, what? Like, I didn't even know that as a human you could experience just such freedom and joy and gratitude and just everything I've ever wanted. It feels like I'm now experiencing. It's so weird, but it's awesome. I'm just so grateful. It was worth all that financial investment to learn these processes and these gifts, let's call them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you experienced like breaking a spider web? Just putting your finger in through it. That's exactly what you've done.
Mm.
You didn't have to look at every little string. The whole thing came down. So it's like, you don't need to free the people around you. Free yourself and they'll be free.
That's it. It's like the whole the Matrix metaphor. It's like escape. We've escaped the Matrix and we just see it for what it is now, this prison for your mind. And it's really just your unconscious belief systems, right? And when you just see them for what they are, it's like, oh, okay, I see the Matrix. It's so clear now. And it's okay. Some people are in it and they're believing it, that it's true. And that's their choice because they're powerful creators and they can have that choice, and you honor and respect their right to make that choice. But to be free is like, oh man.
Yeah, the one who becomes aware can liberate everyone and everything that's attached to it.
I feel something about that remark. When you're free, you're that around others, it gives them the choice to also be free. But it's their choice whether to engage or not engage in adapting that perspective or doing the work to also be free. Sometimes a free person can actually challenge someone to hold on even more to the ghost that that binds them.
Yeah, but that's the second phase, Cinderella. The first one that's aware opens the door for everyone else.
Yes, I agree with that.
It presents
brings the awareness in. Yeah, exactly. Presents the possibility. Yes. Yes.
It's like there is a possibility of a path here that is available to you. However, it's up to you to make your own choice and your own decision whether or not you want to pursue that, or you want to continue to on the path that you've been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But in your own freedom is staying encouraged to not live in other people's labels, to be free regardless. And that's trusting. That's trusting your own awareness of freedom.
Yeah, I remember Bob Proctor.
Yes.
I remember one of the things that he used to say was, if I'm gonna be free, I gotta be me, not the me that you intend me to be. And I can't remember the rest, but it's a really profound statement, because you're just being you. You're just being real. You're just being authentic. And you're not allowing other people's labels or even your own unconscious labels to define you, because that's not who we really are.
So I'm reading Proverbs 23:4, and it also goes into 25. It's moral, ethical, and spiritual precepts. And it's about accepting your own truth as you become more aware of your truth, and not being deceived by the impressions of other people's motives or lost motives. It's still living in your own light and not having to be less for other people's ignorance to be more. Though their stuff may seem ignorant to you, their stuff seems wisdom to them. And so spend no time proving them right or wrong, just being that which you are in truth. So in that, your light shines. And whether they choose to live in a light that's true for them, or to live in a darkness that they choose as their truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing, Sandrell, is freedom. If we want freedom and we choose freedom for ourselves, we also choose it for others. And if they make that choice to be in the darkness, that's their right as a free will being, that they can have the freedom to make that choice for themselves. And it's not up to us to infringe on anyone's right of choice. Because even God doesn't do that. He allows free will. He's given that gift to all of us. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, you can open all the cages, but the prisoners have to step out of them.
Hey, I like that. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, you can't make them.
That's right. It's funny, eh? It's like, even with ourselves, probably, right? Like, I'll speak for myself, that you feel imprisoned by all those belief systems that were just kind of keeping you imprisoned. And the door could be wide open, and it's like, hey, look, this is available. This is out here. Like, all you got to do is just step outside and be free. But then you just embrace the shackles, you know? Like I remember when I first joined this group, I was just like caught up in all the stories and the dramas and the pain and the suffering, and it took time to realize that and to get free of that. And sometimes you still might get a little hijacked occasionally, but then you come back and you realize and you remember.
I want to ask you something, Will. Do you know you were saying about the process you did about the rape and stuff? Did you learn that? Did you learn that in the certification?
Yeah, like learning how to do the recode is definitely in the certification.
Yeah, because I was thinking I'm a masterclass at the minute, so I was thinking of moving to the certification just because I want to learn this work at a deeper level for myself. So yeah.
Just transformation does it. He teaches the recode in transformation.
Transformation.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that a separate one, transformation?
Yes, the superconscious transformation is included, I believe. If you join the certification program, it's included in that, or you might be able to get it by itself. Okay. Yeah, superconscious transformation is all about the recode, teaching, training in the recode. Certification does also teach the recode. And, you know, you can even just start to make notes based on all the commands that he gives in the recode in the master class. And it's even in his book, You're Not Broken. Yeah. There are basic commands that you can give yourself, your superconscious, and you can do it yourself quite easily without having to spend thousands of dollars. It's all there, but yeah. But if you want the education, you'll obviously, that's your choice, right?
Yeah, I just feel like I want to do it so I can learn it for myself, like a deeper level. But yeah, how much is it? Does it cost a lot more? I don't even know what the price is on it.
Yeah, you'd have to talk to your I don't know, sponsor, whoever you bought your master class through, and they'll be able to figure it out for you, because you know currencies are all different. So what it costs for me might be a little different for you based on the British pound or whatnot.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to hear your voice, Ian.
You too. We missed wonderful, Will.
I gotta head off to work here in a bit, so I'm gonna sign off, guys.
Thanks, Will. Take care.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Will, for coming today. Really appreciate having you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Nice to hear your voice, Will.
Yeah, you too, Pascal.
Enjoy your day. Happy bounce.
Yeah, boom, boom. Hey, see you guys.
Bye. And it seems as if to see the pattern, to see the belief, to see the thoughts, right, that are replaying, and reset them. It's like, otherwise we just keep learning the same lesson over and over again. It keeps showing up the same way again and again and again. And there's no progress, just oscillation back and forth. But when we can see that belief, we can see that word, we can see that thoughts, we can allow them, we can hear them, we can release them. They no longer own us. They no longer control them. We are no longer them. As you say, Pascal, we can observe it. We can detach from it. we can then move on. We can then progress. We can see and step towards the next one, knowing there'll be another one. It's like trusting the journey, right? Trusting the breakthroughs, trusting the focus, trusting what we get. And the key in the silence is to notice, listen, and observe what is present, what is right now. That is all the information. Infinite consciousness, day 8. Or 9, sorry, 9. Encouraging breakthrough. Breaking through the silence, right? So it's so difficult to step into the silence at first. When we do, we see the miracles, the space, when we're receptive to it. It truly opens our hearts. And so much better when we do it together. So thank yourself for your journey, your work, your trust, your focus, your life.
All right, guys, this is the end of my walk.
Mm.
I'm going to have some compassion for Kai today. So thank you for all of
Sounds delicious.
you. So have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you, Thanks, Pascal. You too. Yeah, I'm going to head out too,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you all.
Blessings, everyone.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.